Oh, look at that.
Pull up in motorcades. I got a show today. It's all I'm trying to do. Hustle and motivate. Choppers are throwaway.
Welcome to the 25th episode of the Jax Wax podcast. My name is Jared. I am here with Todd, as usual. What's up?
What's going on?
Same old thing, slinging wax. We have not been on here for a while.
We've been slinging some serious wax. Been hard at work.
We sure have.
We've been all over.
We have, and since our last episode, which was the crew at Rupus, our last episode. They were here on site, had a big training class, and since that time, we have opened 3 stores,
3 or 4. Yeah, that episode was a good episode too. We had a lot of feedback off that one. Appreciate those guys doing that. It was a lot of information in that one.
Yeah, for sure. So we have opened our first store in the state of California in El Cajon, just as like a suburb of San Diego. Had a guy out there that was a distributor for a long time and decided to pull the trigger on the store and was doing really, really well.
Yeah, what a nice place. I wish I talk to Alan all the time, who owns the store, and I was like, man, I envy you a lot, because when you're in that weather and that climate. I think one night that we were there, it got down in like the, I don't know,
60s or something.
Yeah, something. He was like, oh, it's like a cold front.
I know.
It would be nice if that, like, he has that advantage to, it's basically all year round. And those, I think that's why in California, Florida, these climates is where it's going to start to really take hold. Is these stores are going to, the next ones are going to come, because they, 4 months out of the year, man, our stores, I mean, we're still selling to detailers and people that are doing it, but general public's not necessarily just coming in, because if it's 0 degrees, man, you ain't cleaning. No,
seasonality is a part of our business for sure, and we'll have more stores in California. We'll have some in Florida. We'll have some in Texas, which is one getting ready to come up. We're going to have our 3rd corporate store open in Dallas.
Pumped about that one.
It's going to be a really good one. The guy that we've got running that store is a veteran in this industry for sure. He's run one of the most successful stores in the country, and his knowledge and the way he's going to operate down there, we're super excited about.
Yeah, I think the grand opening, we've already been talking about some different ideas for grand opening and grand opening video. I think that grand opening in Dallas is going to be a really, really big one.
Yeah, we've got the spot, and
we'll be releasing like the address and stuff on that. We're just finalizing the lease. So we've had people asking, especially on the Dallas page, like, where's the spot? It's coming. We just we never put it out there. It's like 95% done. We just never start releasing addresses or saying that it's happening until we have that spot locked down for sure, with the lease being signed and in the year. So it's real close. They're just drawing it up now. So
yeah, that's going to be a great store. We've already got a store. Our guy here, Colin, lives in Ohio but owns a store in Houston. Yeah. And Vic, that runs a store down there, it's just they do a really, really good job. And the state of Texas obviously has got, the car scene is unbelievable. So
yeah, and they actually, I talked to Colin prior to opening, moving forward with Dallas store, and like, the more stores in the areas that you can have, the better for everyone. Oh yeah. Because he's like, oh man, it's gonna help out the Houston market just as well as the Houston market to help out the Dallas. Just because of he's got people that come to the car shows from Dallas now. Some of those they had a Street Madness. They have some of those morning octanes, and they've had people come from all over. So I think the more you can have in those areas, and he's like, man, the more the merrier.
There's no doubt. We got in the right areas of the country, we want to have a bunch of stores that all complement each other. Yeah. Because we create destinations with these stores, but the truth of the matter is not everybody's going to drive 2 or 3 hours to go to a store. So you can't have them so far spread apart. So then we see, like, Houston's really successful. We know Dallas is a market we wanted to be in, and there's more in Texas that we're going to end up being. Colin's going to have more stores there. That's
even like whenever, especially when we went to Houston the first time, it was overwhelming how big. They have customers that are just coming from the other side of Texas, take an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes.
Houston,
other side of Houston.
Houston's that big.
And when Joseph and I were in Dallas, we were already looking like, man, you can have one on this, in the Mesquite area, and then there's so many other places to where you could have stores and they wouldn't pull from one another.
No, they wouldn't hurt each other.
Just like Tim's doing now, which is big grand opening this weekend in Concord.
Next weekend.
Yeah, next weekend.
Yeah, so Tim is our
23rd.
Yeah, North Carolina guy. He's got Greensboro and Gastonia. Gastonia was the very first store we ever had outside of our local one here in Columbus. and he's opening his 3rd store in Concord, North Carolina. So we'll both be down there for that. Yeah. Expect that grand opening to be really big. The store's totally ready. He's ready to rock. Just waiting one more week, and it's going to be a good one.
He always does. He always has massive grand openings. He's been in that area for a long time, has a big following. So it's I think the last one there was Greensboro, and there was people there at like 2 a.m.
Yep.
They're camping out. In his grand opening video this time, he put "Bring your tents, because they did last time.
They did. I remember getting the text messages or the notifications on our thing. Like, I think the first guy was there like 2 or 3 a.m. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
If anybody's in that area, you should come out to it. It's close to the address. If you go to Jax Wax Concord on Instagram or Facebook, the address is on there, and it's the 23rd. I think it starts at 9 a.m.
It's right next to the BMV in Concord, which, from what I understand, is only one. So it's literally right next door to it.
Yeah, you have to come out and see us. We're going to be there. It's going to be cool. All kinds of giveaways and freebies and
really good.
All kinds of good stuff on that one. We also opened up Nashville.
Our another corporate store. Yeah, we've been working on that one for a while. You and I went early on.
February.
Yep. We have a relationship with the guys that own Cars and Coffee in Nashville. Developed that relationship, became the official product or official car care provider for Nashville Cars and Coffee. And as luck would have it, for people that don't know, Nashville is booming. Like, it's really hard to get real estate down there. Really hard. We spent some time with the realtor, and there just wasn't a whole lot of options, and we just got really lucky that on the same street that Cars and Coffee is our store.
Yeah, right beside Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, right next to Chick-fil-A and the Jimmy John's, and that never hurts. And man, we got super fortunate with that one. So we opened that store. The guy down there, Z, that's running it, is really good. And you have to follow him on social media too. He does some funny stuff. He's a guy that's real personable, brings people in. You and I had the conversation. We were down there for the last Cars and Coffee, because they do it every month, first weekend of every month. And we were down there amongst a bunch of other Jax Wax store owners, managers, and stuff, whatever. And I was sitting there in the showroom, and he was talking to this guy that I thought they were friends. Like, I thought they'd known each other for years, and they didn't. He just met him. So, we always talk about the whole how important it is for the person in the store to be that's like the driving factor to make these stores successful. And I think he's going to do a really good job. I know he is, and Nashville's killing it. We thought that it would, just because the car scene is just so good. People don't realize how good it is down there. And so far, man, that store's killing it.
That's what I want to. If it's like, because we didn't know before we went, like, how the car scene was. So if there's anybody that is close to that area, or is like want to take a weekend trip, first off, Nashville outside of cars is a cool place to go. Cool. I mean, it's exploding in growth. It's like one of the fastest growing cities. I don't know the exact number. We got any stat guys in here that can check the numbers?
He's upstairs in the box.
Yeah. Let's get a stat on Nashville's growth. But it's it's such a cool place to go and hang out. And there's like outskirt cities like Franklin that are beautiful. And
where our store is technically Franklin. Yeah.
But it's the car scene. If you're ever just to go there for a weekend and go to that Cars and Coffee, the first Saturday of every month, they have a big one. And when I say a big one, I'm talking
1,500 plus cars.
Yes, minimum. They have some cool stuff too. It's sponsored by Nissan, and they have like all the latest Nissan car. They have some
the new Z out there this last time, because Nissan's corporate headquarters is right there in Nashville. So I mean, it's a cool spot, man. The weather's pretty good. We talk about having how all the seasonal stuff plays a part for us. Nashville is less affected. So from a corporate store standpoint, same goal for us is to put stores in areas that you can operate 12 months with really no downtime.
Like Vegas,
perfect example.
They it's funny because some of these places that we're talking to in the Florida, and this is like their peak time. This is not so hot, and it's not
rainy.
This is like they start thriving. October through December,
November's the month to start down there. It's it's just perfect. It's 85, 80, and sunny every single day.
Yeah.
So that's our goal. We're at 10 stores right now, getting ready to be 13 by the end of the year, which is only another couple months. We should open 3 more this year, and then, I would say midway through next year we'll be approaching or at 20 stores. That's the cool thing about as they continue to grow, and it helps the brand grow, and it just brings more awareness for all of them. The more that we can help by opening corporate stores, that helps. Whenever you open a store in an area, it generally gets some positive feedback, and other people want to potentially open in that state. So it's just a process, but it's definitely a move that we're making because, as we've said in multiple podcasts before, these destination stores just work.
And ours is different than anybody. We have a totally different approach than just being, we want to put a store and sell you a bunch of stuff. It's all about the Z's, the McKayleys, the Marks, these Colin, the people,
Rusty.
Vic, Rusty, all these people that are running the stores, because we want you to be able to go there and get the knowledge. So that's why we've told on here before, like if you have interest in opening a store, we want to talk to you.
Yep.
You can reach out to us, email, phone call, because we want to make sure it's a good fit for everybody involved, because it's not this the misconception is, you open a store and it's just boom, everybody's throwing money at you, but man, it's a lot of work. These people are putting in hours and hours of work and building the brand in that area. But the luxury is, when you build the brand in that area, they always get to come to you, because there's not anywhere else to buy, and there won't be.
Definitely.
So that's the advantage.
And the fact that what you're touching on is the exclusivity. Jax Wax is not in big box stores, right? It's not readily available other than our website and these stores. That's really all you can get, unless you go to a car show, which is a big part for us too. We do a lot of those across the country, but we got a lot of different markets that we go after, avenues. But these stores, there's just something about them when you got the right person running them, which we do in each city, and being super involved in the car community, whatever city you're in. Like we're doing all kinds of car shows, sponsoring events, trying to really be involved in that car community. And we see the feedback from, these people want that. There's not this kind of store. Our stores are different, and there's no other company that's doing it the way we do. And it's working out really well.
And it's not even like it's rocket science or some big thing. We just want, it's a real thing to us. Yeah. I mean, us personally. So it's that we want it to be relayed to the customer as well. These things are that we always use the little, slogan like real car care, but there's so many things that play into that. Joseph and I were talking about it. It's like that it all plays a part of when they come to the store. We got real products that really work, and the people in there, they truly care. So those are the things. It's about the culture of it and the people involved, because that's what's making it. So if you ever get a chance to go to these stores or you have questions about them, reach out to us. Go to one, check them out. They set themselves apart by the person that's running them, for sure.
There's no doubt. And getting that unique experience, people just love it, Yeah. It's about the community. Like you said, the culture, the car community. They want to be a part of this thing, and it's really cool. So if you do have a chance to go to a store, a lot of times it's cool if they have an event, because you can kill two birds with one stone.
And you check out all kinds of cool cars.
Yeah. and that, leads us right into Street Madness. And here in Columbus at our headquarters, this Saturday is our second ever Street Madness. Yeah. We're super pumped about that. We've got the whole Halloween theme. There's a lot. We have
all kinds of cool stuff, man.
We're going all out on this one. Our first one was
Jared's already dressed up. If you're watching YouTube, he's already dressed up.
Yeah, that's right. And so we have the very first one. We always have an annual car show here at Columbus, right? Yeah. It's always a great turnout. So we decided, you know what? These other stores are having Street Madness. Let's see, with all the stuff last year, we couldn't have any events. Let's try Street Madness. We did it in July. That's right? Yeah, July. And
massive.
Yeah, I mean, just the support from the local community. It's our hometown, been here forever, and man, they showed up. We have a lot. We're fortunate that where we're at is like a front part of an industrial park. The main street, which is what our store is on, we have multiple buildings here, but where you would come in at the retail store is like the main street, 17th Avenue, and you can't fit a whole lot of cars in this area, but we're just really lucky that across the street, we're literally right by the Columbus airport. So across the street, there's an empty lot that we rent that can fit up to 1,500 cars. Well, we basically filled it
and filled the street.
Yeah, and the street with spectators.
Yeah,
that was the thing we didn't. At our normal car shows, we'll have some spectators that don't bring a car, but not to the level that Street Madness was. There was every bit of 500 spectator cars. So. You're looking at, we probably had in the neighborhood of 1,800-ish when it was all said and done cars. Yeah. And, I mean, it was a cool night. It was noticeable, all the feedback that we got that night and afterwards, like, man, you guys got to do more of these. This is the best event I've ever been to. Yeah. It's obviously free to get in.
That's what's cool about them everywhere, is because it's just it's car people, like-minded people that are just want to come out, and it's not about trophy. It's not about money. You don't have to pay to get in. It's all free.
Yep.
And it's about coming out, being with car people. We also do all kinds of cool stuff. We got a DJ. We got
food trucks,
giveaways, food trucks, drink. It's a this one in particular with the Halloween, and you can check in your local store because there's some stores that have restrictions on parking lot and this, that, and the other. So there's some stores that don't have them, but check your local store because most of them do the Street Madness, and we'll be doing a Halloween version of it. And you can that's the only place you can get the shirts or the new detail spray. The new detail spray is cool, but you can get those. We do all the kinds of those cool things for this Halloween one, and you can get them at that Street Madness.
Everything's exclusive to that. So we don't like this detail spray that we came up with. You did the label. It's probably the best label we've ever had, for real.
Yeah,
just
super cool.
It's really laid out, and this here, it won't be offered on our website. You won't be able to get it anywhere except for a Street Madness. So it's funny because we'll put it out there and then we'll have people like, I'm buying a case of it, or I'm buying,
Yeah.
So we've geared up for sure in Columbus, and we have a bunch of it. We look forward to seeing everybody. But there's so many things that night, even on top of how cool a Street Madness is, for a lot of reasons. Like I'm saying, all this positive feedback we get. One of them would be the variety of cars. We have a row in the front of our building that have all kinds of exotics and really high-end stuff, and then you'll have hot rods like what yours is back here.
Yep.
Everything you can
Bikes,
imagine, everything,
trucks,
all kinds of cool
everything.
stuff, man. And that was a lot of what we had heard. Like, man, look at the variety of cars that showed up to this thing. And
you can even look in the little video that we did. There was, there
low
was
riders
hot
on
rods.
hydraulics.
There was old hot rods. There was like tuners.
Oh yeah.
And it's got all kinds of stuff, man. It was super cool.
man.
Old fire truck.
Yep. It's just a cool vibe, man. Everybody just enjoys themselves. They're just out here relaxing. Everyone wants to still get out and do stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
and this one we're going to have trunk or treat for the kids. So we have a bunch of, candy, some bring kids, whatever. And we also, which is why Jared's already dressed up, we're having 750. He's dressed up as a homeless guy, by the way.
Yeah. I'll probably win.
Yeah. Right now he'd win. Or a guy that doesn't work.
Yeah.
That's what he's dressed
Either
up.
one. I'm going back and forth on which one I want to be.
He hasn't decided yet.
The guy not working part's starting to trend in that direction. That one starting to feel pretty good.
It's $750. We got a Jax Wax Rupes detailing kit that's worth over $750, and the best costume that we're going to have people that look, and we're going to have a way of judging it. But it can be, I've had a bunch of people reach out. Can it be cars? Can it be couples?
Whatever.
It can be all, because all that's going to play a factor. If somebody comes in and is Scooby-Doo van and everybody's dressed like the whole member of Scooby-Doo, then it's probably going to be more than just somebody single. So all that plays a part.
And it's just a fun time.
Yeah.
So it's like, this one's cool. We're going to do more theme stuff like this. So you can see the two shirts. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see our two shirts that we've got here that you designed. Frankenstein one, the pumpkin. Those are available Saturday. The detail spray is available. We got the trunk or treat for the kids. $750 costume giveaway. The whole showroom will be decorated Halloween.
Yep. All the employees will be dressing up.
Yeah, it's like we're all doing our thing, and we're just trying to have fun, man. Goes back to the whole culture of this stuff, and we like to have a good time. We're fortunate enough that we work in an industry that we love every single day coming here, and it doesn't feel like work a lot of times, and it's a cool place to be a part of. So we want to be able to have the best events. You know what I mean? And we're trying.
So far, we've done a good job. They've the last one was incredible, and from the response, based upon the response we got from the last one to the response we're getting on this one, it's going to be bigger.
It looks to be.
Yeah.
And the weather's turning out. Early on it was supposed to rain. It looks like that's going to be out of the way. It may rain a little bit Saturday morning here locally, but then it's supposed to clear up quite a bit and be a little cooler. But it's Halloween, so
ones that I know are happening this weekend are Gastonia, and I know Eddie's doing something, a trunk or treat or something in St. Louis,
and then Sean in Ontario.
I know those are the ones that are happening this weekend.
Yep. And then the grand opening for Concord is the 23rd, and then we've got some guys, Alan and El Cajon's having one on the 30th.
Vegas. We're having one in Vegas.
Yep. That's the weekend right before SEMA. So we're going to have a Street Madness SEMA edition. That'll be good. And then I think Tim's going to do one in Concord, I believe. I don't know if he's totally locked that down yet, because that'll be the week after his grand opening, but I think he's going to try to pull that off too. So Charleston's having it the 30th. So virtually every store is having it. Like you mentioned, you touched on a second ago. Sometimes they'll have, contractually with the landlord, they can only have morning events or something. Right. So they can't have a street Madness are always at night. So I think outside of 2 stores, every single store is going to have this. And so at those stores, if you're in those areas, you can get this detail spray. You can get these T-shirts if they haven't sold out of them yet. So,
or find somebody that lives in the area and send them to the store.
That's right.
And say, dude, go pick us up some detail spray.
Exactly.
Hey, maybe you can sell it on eBay or something if you're trying to
yeah, because it's the only time it's ever coming out. It's those nights that they're having those events, and that's it. It's a wrap after that. Our guys here, it's funny because so many people are trying to get a hold of it, employees, and we've just kept it really strict. Like, no, man.
We went into the warehouse whenever we got the labels, and Jared had already made the product, and they were getting ready to fill it, and they said, I told him, if any of these bottles leave, you leave with them.
That's right. Yeah, it's super cool, man.
Yeah, it is good. We have a guy here locally that's a friend of your dad's for a long, long time, and he's always collected.
Yep.
Tom. He's always collected some old bottles and just different things and
old brands from back in the day. He's got a cool wax collection.
Yeah, and he hit me up on Facebook and was like, "Hey man, I need one of those bottles."
We got you one, Tom.
Yeah, we got that coming. Also, unrelated to the Street Madnesses, we're having a coming up in January. We're back at Rupes headquarters
in Colorado
for a 2-day advanced polishing and sanding class.
Same thing we had here last April or May or whatever it was. We had them here at our facility, and we had one out there too, or in 2020, real early in 2020, like January. I've said on here multiple times, and anybody that ever listened, if you get a chance to go to this class, it's the one to go to. Their facility is second to none. We're fortunate enough to be able to have a great relationship with these guys where we can provide these classes. That is limited to 10 though.
And we've never told anyone about it yet. This is us telling about this one because there's only 10 spots. So we wanted to talk about it on the podcast. That way, if anyone is listening and they want to go, you can go on our website and type in Rupes training class in the search bar, and it will pull up the ticket, and you can reserve a spot. Now, we're not releasing that info to anyone yet, except if you're listening to the podcast, but we will eventually. If it doesn't fill up, we'll put it out for everyone. So if you're thinking about it and you want a chance to go, you can get on there now. I believe there's 10 spots left or 9. I think maybe one of our friends or something got one, but you can get on there now, and it's going to be, man, if you can understand, you got the plane travel and you got a hotel and all that good stuff.
Yeah, there's an expense to it for sure.
But it's worth every penny, man.
Every person that's ever been to it, just listen to them. You listen to all the feedback we've ever had. And this is guys that are, let's say, somewhat beginning, right? And they want to, or like starting a detail shop, for example. Maybe they've had some paint correction history. They've buffed cars before. They've detailed for a long time. They just want to take it to the next level for them. That's a big part of it. And then we got guys that are polished. Like guys have been detailing for a long, long time.
They want to learn more.
We can always learn. That's what I told Jason and Dylan and Nick when they were here. It's like, I learn something from you guys all the time.
Yeah.
You pick up little stuff each time. I've been to probably 3 or 4 of these classes now, this advanced class, at least 3 for sure. And you catch something again every single time.
Yep.
And that's the beauty of it is even these guys that are veterans in detailing still come out to these classes because they're always trying to get that leg up. Always trying to learn the next thing to make them more efficient. That's probably the biggest thing. That technique is important, but just efficiency too.
And there's nobody better to learn it from than those 4 guys. They by far are the best when it comes to. Man, I'm just like all ears. I'm usually filming, doing whatever, but I'll be like, oh, I didn't even know that. When I hear it or when they talk about it, and just the different ways to attack different paint and so much information that you can gain in 2-day period.
Those guys that came here to Columbus, man, you heard it. Afterwards, we all sat down and they're just like, wow. This is different.
And a lot of them that are like, have been doing it for a long time. They're like, dude, I honestly thought I would come and learn a couple things or maybe, and they're like, I feel like I didn't know nothing.
I know. That's awesome. It's what you want to do. So we wanted to get on here and talk about all the different things we've got going on, and the store thing's a big deal for us, and people are reaching out to us wanting to know where the next city is, what we're going to do. We're going to try to put as many as we can out there to grow this brand. It's one avenue. There's a lot of different ways we can do it, and that's our job here. And that's one of the ways. And
if you got questions about calls, talk to us about it.
Yeah, there's a ton of interest. in these things, and we'll head you in the right direction, because we want them to be successful too. You know, they need to be in the right market. It needs to be the right person.
And we help in that process. If it's a guy that is in a certain area and he's like, which do you think better? We've got different resources that we use, and we will say, I think this area is better than that.
Yes.
Or what you're looking for is store wise, the front, the parking, all these different things play into it. So that's the things we like to assist in, and you won't find anybody that's going to be more involved. We'll come there. We want to help. We want it to set it up for success, because the store owners are our most value.
For sure. And that would be the difference you would see in us, is we don't just set you up and see you later, man. Good luck. We don't. That's not our speed. So we want to be as heavily involved, because ultimately you're helping build the brand of Jax Wax, right? The thing my dad started. He's probably more proud than anybody to see these things go up all over the place,
right.
and
we want to know whenever it's like I've talked to Joseph many times, just because it's corporate store, and Michaela, like we want to know when we send someone to that store, because we're directing them to the store before we direct them to the website.
Yeah,
we would much rather someone go in a retail store. That's the person that's in Charleston, South Carolina. We want to direct them to that store, but we want to know that store owner is also giving them the correct information.
Yep.
And is telling them about the products the right way. So that's why we want to be involved. That way we know whenever they do get there that the right things are being relayed.
Yep. Yeah, it's really important. Just Lafayette, Indiana. I just forgot about that. That one's going to be coming hopefully November. They're getting ready to start the build out. Maybe December, could be December, maybe first part of it, but that'll be our first store in Indiana. More to come with that guy. So, yeah, I mean, man, the future is bright for Jax Wax, and we're pushing really hard to make sure that we can help these stores grow and continue to be, viable in their markets. And it's super exciting for us, man. I love that part of our business.
Me too.
It's
like we've been traveling a bunch, the different places, but I love it. I mean, it's like the starting one out is always exciting, because typically it's a new area that we've not had a store in or not been in.
Yeah, brand awareness is potentially low, in that area,
in those areas. So it's like, see what we can do.
It's a challenge for sure.
It is,
but it's a long game, and we're doing everything the right way, and making sure that these places are great. I can't wait to see what happens in 2022 with the store stuff. We'll have a couple more, I'm sure, from a head corporate standpoint, and man, what a cool thing to be a part of.
Yeah. Also we were going to wanted to talk about new products coming up. That's we always try to touch on things that get asked to us the most in these podcasts. So we're always working. We're always working. Well, I am. I don't know about Jared, but
working that mouth. That's what you're best at. That jaw doesn't stop.
We're
if
always,
you haven't noticed.
Jared's always over there trying to figure out new things, just like the new products to us come about not because we just want to have more products.
Yeah,
that's what it's like. We're not like, we just want to have more products to release them and sell more because it's new. Our deal is Jared will literally, he was cleaning his car interior, and you can explain that's where our next product, interior cleaner, generated from.
Yeah, I just think about, I got a car here that I don't want, when I want to clean the dash and door panel, any kind of hard surface, navigation screen, whatever, I don't want any shine whatsoever. It's just my personal preference. It's a new car. I like a factory look. And, Total Interior is a great product, from one of our best, one of our biggest selling products. I love Total Interior. It will add a slight sheen to a lot of surfaces, which I personally don't want. And there's times on a navigation screen, sometimes human nature will let us use too much, and it gets a little streaky, and you gotta flip the towel a few times, and it comes off. It's no big deal. The difference with this one is it evaporates really fast. It won't streak at all.
Yeah.
And you can put it on anything on your interior. Get it on a glass, wipe it off. It's not going to hurt it. You get it on cloth, carpet, whatever. It's not going to hurt anything. Probably do it pretty good, actually. So I just thought about that. Like, if there's something that I want in a product, I'm sure there's other people that want the same thing.
Yeah. And it's like, I always think of Total Interior when I go to clean my interior. I'm not really using Total Interior. Now, on a day-to-day basis of wiping whatever up, I would. But this is going to be a great cleaner, so you can use it when you've got stains or the armrest where it's got buildup from your arm always being on it. It's going to clean better than Total Interior.
Yeah, it's stronger.
Yeah, and man, what a great product, and it'll be out in next
week.
Yeah,
right.
Next week.
Yeah, we'll launch that next week. It also has a protectant in it. It's got UV protection. It's going to be a good one for us. I mean, on the commercial side, there's not going to be a dealership that doesn't use it. They're all going to want to use this stuff because it's safe on everything too. You can put it on your nav screen and your instrument cluster. You don't have to worry about it. It's really going to be a big product for us. And so that one's coming out. And then the super slick design you did on what we call Skelly.
Yeah.
So we have the whole Halloween theme, right? We like to come up with creative stuff that, you know, these different kind of themes that we can come up with. And Todd did a super cool little baby skeleton that we call Skelly, holding a spray bottle.
He's cool.
Yeah, so we did stickers. You know, if you place an order online this month,
every order comes with the Skelly sticker.
Yep.
And you can buy them online if you're wanting more than one.
Yep.
We've also got Skelly hoodies,
Skelly
T-shirts.
Probably going to have, we're hoping that we'll have them for our Street Madness. We don't know for sure yet. The printer's almost done. Yeah. But here in Columbus, the potential is that we will have the hoodies. They're black champion hoodies with Skelly on the front.
But we'll be releasing them online and for everyone coming next week.
Yeah, because we may not get them in time. So next week for sure is the actual launch. And then we got T-shirts. We got a gray T-shirt with Skelly on the back. So that'll be super cool. That'll go along with the interior cleaner launch.
Correct. We'll have some kits. You have to check it out. We'll have some kits, and then we're also going to ramp up some of the same types of things. We've already been working on it. It's what people, you know, you start talking about Black Friday and Christmas, like that stuff we're already having to work on.
Oh,
I mean, as far as we've got a really cool. I think it's going to be huge. Is the headlight restoration kit. Yep. It's a full-on kit in a bag. Comes with everything you need to properly restore your headlights. We've got that. Working on some other things, but we're also going to do the same type of apparel design, the same concept with a Christmas theme type thing. They've always asked us about doing like a Christmas detailer. This detailer made sense because it was for an event, Street Madness. We don't want to get into where it's just every holiday we have a detail spray that's different, but we'll maybe take a vote on something like that for a Christmas
who knows
type thing.
We made the decision that every single month of the year we're going to come out with a new T-shirt design. So that may end up being in January, February. It may just be a hoodie, you know, instead of a T-shirt. But we're going to do something, so you guys can just be on the lookout of that. Every single month we're going to have, and it will be limited to some extent. You know, we'll get a good amount of them, but it's like once they're out, it's over. We're only making them one. Same thing with the Skelly stuff. Same thing with Street Madness. These are for these events. This one's for events. Skelly is going to come out next week, and when they're sold out, you know, it's over. It's over. So
it becomes such a it becomes a pain when you continuously do them. You're running out of smalls or running out of larges, and then you got to order so many to make it happen. Then you end up. So it's like we just order a bunch and. When they're gone, but we're going to do it every month. So be looking out and different things, hats.
Yep.
We get requests for it all the time. We get requests daily.
Yeah.
Need some more hats.
The shirt you have.
Oh yeah. Yep.
That's a
this is Dixon
one.
But we got Carhartt shirts that are work shirts.
Those will come next week.
Yeah.
Right.
Those are coming out next week. Yeah, they're going to be. That's going to be big.
Yeah. So that's the thing is like we got the.
It's got a patch on each sleeve. It's got a patch, American flag on one side, and then a Jax Wax patch on the other sleeve with Jax Wax nameplate. It looks like an old gas station shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
Is the way I would kind of explain it.
I was wearing one down at the Nashville grand opening, and a guy said, "I'll buy that one right there."
Yeah, I'll buy it off of you.
I'll buy it off of you. And so, you know, there's definitely demand for them. So we want to listen. We are listening to people, and
that's what
if we can make it happen, we certainly do our best. So these are the little things that people have asked for, and we're going to do.
Yep. So keep shooting ideas at us because that's how we. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
We want more hats, and we always had requests for trucker hats. We got them. Not flat bill. I like flat bill. So I'm aware that a lot of people don't. Yeah. So we want to do what's good for you. If it was up to me, I'd just have all Raiders hats on the line. So I can't. Cool. It's not always about what we think's cool. That's why we need suggestions because there'll be times that we do get like lasered in our lane. We'll ask somebody here, like, oh, okay, yeah, that would be cool.
Yep.
You know, but not that We just weren't thinking of it because it's not really our thing. But
that's right.
It's not about us. It's about what you guys want. So make sure to shoot us ideas.
And that's the same with products. Let's say that the person's using a certain product that we don't offer, right? And they say, man, and if we think that it's something that makes sense for us to come out, you touched on it earlier, we don't come out with products just to come out with products. Like, hey, we want to come out with our 15th soap this month, and so that's not our interest. But if it's a product that we don't have that we think is viable in the market, we'll go after it. We'll try to make it better than the one you're using, and so that's how a lot of these things come up. That's how the headlight kit happened. We had some stores reach out to us. That's another thing that's cool about our relationship with the stores is they're in a market that they're talking to people every single day, and that person will say, man, it'd be nice if you had this or whatever, or do you guys have this particular product? And
or can you get these brushes?
Right.
That's a good one. Can you? And we're not just like, nope, this is what we got and this is what we carry. Nope. We want to get it in. Yeah. If it's an accessory that we don't make, we want to get it.
Yep. So Tim and Rusty had approached us some time ago now and was like, man, I really think a headlight kit would do. I mean, it's been on the radar for us, but it's not. We get going a lot of different directions. Same old story. You know, some things get backburnered or whatever, and we finally made it happen. And what we think is going to be a better one. It's a graphene version. You're going to coat it. It's going to last years and years. It is the proper way to be able to sand it. You don't need any tools. There's nothing required. So that'll be a good one for us. And there's other stuff that we're not going to release yet. At least tell you what it is. But for Black Friday,
be ready.
Yeah, Black Friday is going to be really good for us. It always is. But we always want to come out with just super solid products. That's the one thing that we hear so much. The feedback is, man, once I use your products, I just love them.
And it's like we've gained the trust of so many people, so they know when we release something, it's not some.
It's not
BS, they're just like, oh, here's another product. Here's the 20th soap Jax Wax is released this year. They know by our track record that they come out with something, they've already perfected it. Yep. It's good.
That's right.
Not that there's not other great products and all that good stuff, but
you can just know that if you use our products, it's going to be a solid lineup. Like each one, everybody's got their staples. We all have favorites. Customers have their favorites of this, that, whatever. But as far as a complete entire line, we got a really, really good one, man.
Yeah.
So.
I think that's about it, man. We, Street Madnesses, get to them.
We got a video coming out tomorrow, hopefully, for Street Madness here in Columbus. And we've
got a special guest. Yeah, special guest going to be here tomorrow for the video. So keep your eyes peeled.
That's right. And he will also make an appearance at Street Madness.
Yes,
hopefully, he will, if we can get him.
He will be at Street Madness. I'll make sure that he's there.
Okay.
And it's going to be big.
It is.
It's a big deal.
So appreciate everybody listening. And man, if you're in the local Columbus area, please come out to our Street Madness. It'll be one of the coolest events you've ever been to. If you're in other these areas of where these stores are and they have a Street Madness, check them out, man. You're going to have a really good time. Bring out your whole family. It's a family event. But man, we're gonna have a blast Saturday.
Yep. And if you're out there and you're wondering about a store, what it takes, and you want to join the team, get a hold of us, man.
Sales at jaxwax.com. You can email sales@jaxwax.com. You can call our 800 number. You know that
8777 Jax Wax.
That's right. See, that's our radio voice.
I'm telling you, man.
If this you got wax a face thing for radio,
if this wax thing don't work out, I'm going straight into radio
or singing.
And get on the team.
Yeah.
If you guys want on the team, get in.